Hey eBay sellers, it's Suzanne. Welcome back to another video. Before I get into today's video, I wanted to give you a quick update on what was added to my premium content library over the month of May 2018. I added about 3.5 hours of material, so here's a quick review of that. Also, I had started off using Dropbox as a way to store the videos. That did not work. So I've moved on to a different system where you don't have to have Dropbox. All you do is click on the link that you get in your email to view the video. No technology on your part at all. So I know I lost a few people because of that, and I appreciate everybody sticking with me while I figured it out. And figured out a better way that worked for everyone, that was easier, and also sticking by no ads on those videos. Also, as a member, you get unlimited email support. So even if you join just for that, $20 a month to be able to have someone to help you, to have me to help you with any questions you have about your business. Some people are doing it just for that reason. And you can request videos that I will make specifically for you about your topic. So here's what we covered in May, and then on to today's video.
Okay, here's a quick recap of everything that was added to the premium content library during the month of May 2018. 17-minute video about Disney collectibles. This is going to be a series, and this was the first installment just to give you some background and show you the huge opportunities in this category. Even if you aren't a Disney person, which I am not, you can always learn what to look for. Some amazing stuff you can sell. 6-minute video on how to figure out the size of clothing without a tag. This is asked just about daily on this Facebook group, so quick answer there for you. 27-minute video about why your eBay item sells for less than the competition. And this is a couple of case studies that shows you exactly the difference between a couple of items that sold for a lot and same exact item that didn't sell for as much, and why. So this is very important, can help you be the better seller. 17-minute video on 6 free ways to research unusual items. And free ways, you don't have to buy a subscription to anything. This is all stuff that's out on the internet that you may not know is there to help you for free. Then we've got a series, first installment, selling anthropology clothing. This one's 15 minutes long. I will be adding to this one as we go along because this is also a brand that huge opportunity, and there's a lot to learn about this brand if you want to make the most out of selling it. 6-minute video on a shipping hack for safer global delivery. This is just kind of a little cherry on top kind of thing that you may not know about that I learned from an American living abroad. And then another series, selling consumables, a 15-minute video on part 1, just what these are, and they are in every single category, and it's not just groceries, it's all kind of things, and the opportunities you have selling consumable items to customers on eBay. And then we get into more specific types of items. Part 2 is a 25-minute video about hair products, and this is just gives you a background on why people pay as much as they do, what kinds of items to look for, where to find them, all kind of that information like that. Then a 19-minute video on another very frequently asked question: which should I use, 30 days or good till canceled? And should I do relist or sell similar? I go into great detail here explaining why, which of these are best and why for your business. So that can definitely help you increase sales. Then we've got a 20-minute video on those pesky eBay watchers, 7 things every seller should know. Again, this is compiled from a lot of questions on this Facebook group as well as YouTube. About watchers, how to deal with them, what they mean. All those frequently asked questions are put together in a 20-minute video to help you sell better. Then we've got another series here, conquering your eBay fears. I see just about daily so many questions or comments that start off with "I'm scared to," "I'm afraid to," and we're going to work through that because there is absolutely nothing to be afraid of. And here's the key point is that everybody's afraid of stuff. But if you have a strategy for dealing with that fear, like, oh, if I do this, then this might happen. Okay, well, what if that does happen? What are you going to do? Where is your power? So that's how you get power over your fears, is by having a solution. If something happens, what are you going to do about it? What is your plan? And so the first installment is using the eBay app in public. I see a lot of people that have issues with that and just they're afraid of certain things. So we go over that, as well as part two, which is still uploading right now. I'm having some issues with my YouTube uploads, but anyway, that one is in process. International shipping. There's absolutely no reason to be afraid of it, and we're going to break it down into exactly what you guys are afraid of and how to tackle each one of those issues so that you can move on with your business and grow your business. Because I feel like I'm just preaching here, but 7 billion people on the planet. Granted, a lot of them are in third world countries that don't shop on eBay, but you've only got 350 million people in the US, and you've got a lot of people who like to shop. You've got Americans living abroad. You've got military overseas, all kind of reasons that people want to buy your stuff. And so a whole 15-minute video on that. So if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, this is my premium content educational eBay video library. With this, you get unlimited email support. My team and I are here for you to answer any of your questions on email. Anything you need to know about your business, any problems you have. If I can't help you, I will help you find the answer or refer you to someone who can. I also make videos on request, so if you have a special issue that you want help with or something you want to learn, you just send in your idea and I'll get to it as soon as I can. I am committing to 12 new videos a month, which comes out to between 3 and 4 hours of material a month. And we have learned this first month how to do the technology part of this. So easy access, no technology required. You can access from any device immediately, watch these videos, and learn how to grow your business. I've also have this set up to where you can be part of the community. You can comment, talk to each other. So it's a nice little private area. The cost is only $20 a month for all of this. It's a subscription. You can cancel it anytime, no pressure. I know a lot of you want to check it out and see what's in there, and then maybe you find out it's not for you or whatever reason. That's totally fine. So give it a try. Click the link below to join today, and I will see you there. And now I am back to YouTube to make some more videos. Have a great day. Bye. Okay, we are picking up on the April 2018 thread, and we're about halfway through it on the last video, so this is the continuation. We're going to start with Dawn, who purchased this drum set at a garage sale. She bought the whole thing for $100 and she's selling it off in pieces. So this one item sold for how much? $179.99 for the cymbal and the stand and the pedal. So it says sold in less than a month for $165. She must have taken a best offer. So the moral of the story here is that she bought the whole thing for $100 and she has made over $1,000 on all the pieces. So that is the beauty of parting things out. You can oftentimes make more on the individual pieces rather than just the whole item altogether. Okay, that was a mouthful. KC bought this for $1 at a thrift store, sold for $119 in less than a week. I live in an extremely healthy, active community and buy tons of weird fitness items. Yes, the money is in the weird stuff. Isn't that the way it works? What is this anyway? A Neurometrics wearable pain relief kit. It's got electrodes. Okay, so this is a funky some kind of funky health item, which I have never heard of this either. So as she said, she lives in a extremely healthy, active community. So when she's probably going to those garage sales or thrift stores around that area, she's coming across all of these health gadgets and gizmos that she probably has to look up because she may not know what they are either. And then here we have Casey again. Bought for $10, sold for $300. Best offer. She got it from a yard sale, and it's a popular theme she's been posting. Let's see what this is. Skull candy. Ah, okay, it's some headphones, but they have the Olympic theme on them as well as Under Armour. So they were brand new, and she sold them for or he, I'm not sure if this is a he or a she, sorry, sold for $349. So can you imagine turning $10 into $349 in just a couple of months? That is what keeps us on eBay. That is amazing. Okay, Shannon shared this on Money Making Monday and sharing it again. Well, that is great. You do that because that is what this $100 thread is for. She is still shocked by her first high profit sale. Bought 4 yards of rainbow bright fabric for $1 at our local thrift store. Sold in hours for $149.99. Sold in hours. That is the key word here. Just sold in an hour or two. And it is rainbow bright fabric. Let's see, did she put a link to it? I don't know that she has a link on here. Here it is. Okay, yeah, I thought I saw that. Rainbow bright. My little sister loved that stuff. She was born in 1970, so that was right when she was like 8, 9, 10 years old. I remember she loved this. $149 for some fabric. Why? Because they don't make it anymore, because it's vintage. So watch out for this. Rainbow bright. I keep repeating it because I'm trying to get it into your brain. Let's see what else we have here. Lots of comments on that. Okay, Mark. He is a popular poster on this and Money Making Mondays. Paid $4 at an estate sale, sold for $130 plus $35 shipping. It is some artwork. Let's see what this is. Native artwork, pencil, something to believe in. Willard Stone, signed, framed. That is really cute. You can tell it's someone very talented who did that. There's the signature and the title of the piece, something to believe in. That's amazing. And where did he find it? $4 at an estate sale. I know Mark does a lot of estate sales, so that's where you're going to find these little gems, because they have been squirreled away in these houses for a long time, and they haven't been through the whole rough process of being donated and thrown around and put out on the shelf and touched by a bunch of people, so they can often be in very pristine condition. So that the lesson there is artwork. Lots of money in that. Okay, Jody picked these up at Goodwill for $3.15, about 45 cents each. Listed them on Buy It Now for $125 plus free shipping. They sold in about 10 minutes. After cost, fees, and shipping, profit was $101.20. And I believe these are mini cassette cassette tapes. Yes, they are actually called micro cassettes. Another thing that is probably not made anymore, but people still use the recorders, so they need the cassettes. And yep, there's $125, sold on April 22nd. And what did they paid $3.15, and this sold for $125. So I hope you guys are getting that. There's just so much money out there to be made. And I hear this all the time from people. We don't have good brands in my area. We don't have good stuff in my area. Well, if you go to estate sales and if you go to garage sales, even if you don't have great thrift stores, you're going to find this stuff because it's coming out of these houses and it's been in there a long time. And so these vintage items like the fabric and these cassette tapes, it doesn't matter what the brand is. It doesn't matter if it's designer clothing, designer handbags, designer shoes. It's because it's old and it's scarce, and that's where you're going to make your money on eBay, is things that are scarce. So don't worry about the clothing in your thrift stores. I know that I focus on that because that's what I know. That's what I like. That's what's very plentiful where I live. But I'm also trying to get into some of these other things because I'm jealous of you guys making all this money on these items that you're getting so cheap. Okay, so moving on to Angie. Found this vintage Gucci ashtray at a local thrift store, and this thread inspired me to get it listed. Yay, Angie, we inspired you. It sold in less than 24 hours. Bought for, I think, $3 and sold for 115 plus shipping. So I am so glad we inspired you, Angie. Let's take a look at this. There it is. Gucci logo is very prominent. Wonderful condition. Beautiful. Made in Italy. $115 for an ashtray. That's just, it just amazes me every day what sells on eBay. Heather bought this at a local antique store. They are going out of business, so everything is half price. Paid $3.50, sold on 7-day auction for $124.50. Oh, whoops, sorry. Let me get back to where I was. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. Just clicking around a little too much here. Let's take a look at this item that sold for $124.50. They are some suspenders. Trafalgar suspenders, rare Asian women's. And let's take a look at those. Okay, so yeah, it has Asian women on the suspenders. And there's the brand. And they look like they've got some leather on them. And they sold for $124.50. And let's see what she started that auction at. $49.95. So she did well. And she paid $3.50. Okay, Wendy. I have sold the same exact item. And I sold mine for I think 80, and it was probably about 4 years ago, but I remember finding this. She found this Estee Lauder for $2 at a thrift store, sold in a few days for $124.99. And Estee Lauder vintage is highly collectible. Yes, it says original formula. She did put vintage in her title. I wonder if it is vintage or if it says discontinued. But I have found this in the past at estate sales, like brand new in the box, just like this, and it sells for great money. So again, she paid $2, sold for $124.99. So gotta love eBay. Jessica paid $13 at Goodwill, sold for full price of $140. Wow, what is this? If this thread does not inspire you to either list the stuff you have or get out there and find more stuff to sell, I don't know what is going to inspire you, because this is just amazing. And this is real. This is real people doing this. This isn't somebody sitting on YouTube saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. This is happening right now all around us. So it's totally possible because it's happening. So it could happen to you. This is a mid-century orange amber spaghetti lucite hanging lamp. So let's take a look. This is very cool. That is really unusual. Very vintage. The swag lamp. We had several of those in my house growing up. And again, she paid $13, which I totally would have paid that much for this item. And she more than increased her investment by more than 10 times. So how did she ship this? Probably very carefully. Probably a lot of bubble wrap and probably double boxed, so it was floating in, packing peanuts or something. It's called floating your box when it's encapsulated like that. So you can look that up on YouTube. How to double box, how to float items to ship them, that kind of thing. You'll find lots of videos. Okay, D paid $12.50 at Goodwill, took an offer of $220 with free shipping, took about 7 months. So let's see what this is. It's a purse. Mary Frances pineapple punch bead purse, yellow green tropical fruit handbag. That is very interesting. That's just unusual. That's just not something you see every day. A purse that looks like a pineapple. You know, when I say look for the unusual, look for the rare, you're not going to know that till you've been doing this a while and you know what's unusual. But I can honestly say in my life, I don't think I've ever seen a handbag that looks like a pineapple. So I totally would have picked that up too. And how much did she pay? $12.50 at Goodwill, and she sold it for $220. So there you go. Albert paid $3.69 at Goodwill, took best offer of $250 plus shipping in a few hours. So also those of you that say, you know, you can't find anything at Goodwill, these people are doing it. I understand that they're different depending on where you are, your location, your prices, that kind of thing, but it's still possible. So let's see. This is a Disneyland Enchanted Tiki Room shirt, limited edition of 500, and he took an offer of $250. He had it priced at 500, probably not knowing what it might go for, so that was smart. And the original cost was $3.69. So it does pay to look through the clothes because you could find something like this. Okay, Helen bought 3 of these for $3.99 each at Goodwill. Great surprise, they sold for as much as they did. Sold both together at auction for $194.15. Let's see what this is. Oh, I don't want to leave Facebook. Don't know what that was about. This was Irvin Automobile seat belts, early 60s gray, set of 2 in box. So vintage seat belts, who knew? There you go. There's the tag, the instructions, the box, and I wonder if they had the year on there somewhere. Obviously they figured that out. Early 60s question mark. Okay, so this was purchased also at Goodwill, and $3.99 for each box, and they sold together, probably to somebody who is an automobile collector. Could have been exactly what they were looking for, so you just never know. Paula purchased at local thrift shop here in Knoxville for $7.95, listed for $149, sold at best offer of $115. It was new with original tags. Okay, this is not the right thing. Let's see. That is not what she said. That's the wrong link. Anyway, it was a Missook brand blazer, very high-end clothing. I've got a video on that, so check that out above. Okay, Casey is back. Free, sold for $129 with free shipping from my favorite sourcing stop at the recycling center. Was just paying my $5 total for a few items and saw this out of the corner of my eye. Let's see what this is. It is some kind of printer ink, or let's see, Ricoh drum unit. What is this? It looks like some kind of printer, copier, toner, or something like that. Let's see, the category it's in is, yeah, copier, parts, and accessories. So she didn't need to open the box, looks like. So there you go. Free, sold for $129.99. Okay, here we have Emily. My husband got these from work. He worked at a place that makes super expensive monitors for the military, and they stopped using them, so they were going to trash them. He brought them home, and I sold all 5 for $500. My biggest sale ever. Well, I guess so. And let's see, these were free and new sealed Intel computer processor. So let's look at the selling history. You can always click on this when you see it on a listing. 5 sold, and they all sold. Somebody bought all 5 of them for $100 each. Oh my gosh, I would have just been freaking out. And these were free. There's a couple of replies on this. Linda says, my company's trashed so many things, it's always good to keep an eye out. Absolutely. You just never know what people are throwing away. Okay, Alicia paid $2 at an estate sale, sold on 5-day auction for $305.51. What is this? Mid-century Santex tropical plant bark cloth used. So it's some fabric. Beautiful stuff. That is really pretty. It's got the tag on it there. Unused, I'm sorry. And this was on auction, so let's see what it was started at. $100, and it sold for $305. It was $2. Okay, Alicia, I'm going to these estate sales with you. Sign me up. All right, Melissa is back, and she has paid $1 at an estate sale for this item, listed for a few months, accepted a best offer of $102.33. And it looks like an old book. The Little Prince, old book, 1943, first edition. So there you go. How much was this? Best offer of $102. So imagine finding this at an estate sale for $1. Can't argue with that. All right, Vicky paid $5.50 at Goodwill, sold in a couple of weeks on sale for $152. Oh, I just love this thread. This just gets me motivated to go treasure hunting. Liberty Hee Haw denim carpenter overalls. Raise your hand if you remember Hee Haw. We had to watch that. My dad always watched that, so we had to watch it too because, you know, back in the 70s, your dad was in charge of the TV. Okay, so here we have the overalls here with the Hee Haw motif on them. I'm not going to sing the song Where Are You Tonight? Even though I do sing that song sometimes, and if you're old, you know what I'm talking about. I'll put the link to that video underneath here. So these were $5.50 and sold for $152. So look out for Hee Haw. It's valuable. Okay, Ruth. Let's see. She was just commenting there. Stephanie saw these beat up vintage 70s motocross boots at a junkie sale in a pile of junk tucked away halfway under a table. They looked like they walked out of Mad Max movie. So let's see what these are. And how much did she pay? She paid 50 cents for these, and they sold for $149.99 on auction. Started at $44.99. 50 cents into pretty much $150. Can't beat that. Fantastic. Okay, Connie. Listed and sold in literally 2 minutes for $140. I will bet it's because somebody had an alert, because that's just the way it happens. I can't put a price paid on this as it was bought at the final day of an estate sale where you could fill a bag of stuff for $5. So let's just say she probably paid less than $1 for this. Vintage 1970s Levi's Big E denim jean tote bag purse. And if you don't know about the Levi's Big E, I will try to do a video on that, but you can Google it and see what that means. But basically here on the tag, you see this, the E in Levi's is big, it's capital, and they only made it that way up to a certain point, and then they changed over to the lowercase e. So the ones with the big E are older and more valuable. You can do more research on that. So she sold this bag for $170. Wait, what'd she say? $140. Fantastic. Ugh, I love it. Who says eBay is dead? Not me. You'll never hear me say that. And then we've got Connie again. Hubby got this free at a local rummage sale. Lots of watchers, and sold in about 2 months for $100. So this is a Panasonic stereo turntable. Turntables are coming back. I'm telling you, people like to listen to their records. Turntable with AM/FM cassette with speakers. I mean, this is vintage, all right, but people still use it. And this was free, and it sold for $100. And then we've got Connie again. Wow, she had a good month. Probably paid about $5 for this at a rummage sale, sold in a couple of hours for $150 plus shipping. Vintage Coca-Cola checkout lane register fixture. Let's see what this. Oh, okay. So this would go on the top of the checkout lane at the grocery store. Nice. That's fun. Okay, and again, this was $5. It sold in a couple of hours, probably to a collector, for $150 plus shipping. Okay, Diana paid $4 at Goodwill and sold for $109.50. This is vintage Franciscan gladding. Good grief. McBean Starburst atomic dinner plates. Okay, this looks like the dinnerware of the Jetsons. That's very retro, very vintagey, and that is called an atomic pattern. And this was $4 and it sold for $109.50. So I'm going to show this to you again. Take a look at that. That's vintage atomic pattern. It was very popular, I want to say in the 60s, early 70s maybe. This is the kind of stuff you need to look out for when you are out there looking at the dinnerware, dishes, that kind of thing. Which I always say I don't like breakables, but this kind of deal I would totally do. I would absolutely list this item if it was worth that much. Okay, Claudia paid $5 at a thrift store and sold best offer of $220 after a couple of months. Wow. And this is a, what is this? Collins By My Side Alfredo Haberly working bag. It's basically like a little briefcase bag. It's leather. That's interesting. It's called Collins, Colin''S. So this is when it pays to dig through the luggage at Goodwill or wherever, because you just never know what's back there. Looks like beautiful leather. And I'm not familiar with this brand, but I am going to remember it now. It's called Collins By My Side Working Bag. And she paid $5 and it sold for $220 after a couple of months. Okay, Albert didn't quite hit $10 on the low end, paid $12 at an estate sale, listed for $130 and took best offer of $115. And this is a, oh, I've seen these. I actually looked at getting one of these because like I have nowhere to put a hot tub in my apartment, but I could use this. Conair Thermal Spa Bath Mat Bubble Massage. So basically what you do is you lay this mat down in the tub, and then this unit is on the outside of the tub and it's connected to the hose, and it makes bubbles come out of the part on the bottom, and you can like lay on it in your bathtub and sort of pretend that you are in a giant hot tub somewhere in the Swiss Alps or wherever you want to pretend you are. And these are not cheap. So this was new without box, and Albert paid $12 for this at an estate sale, and it sold for $130. So put this on your list. Thermal Spa Bath Mat. These things that you can put in your bathtub to cause a little home spa type thing. And these are getting more popular for at-home therapy for arthritis and all these kind of conditions where it feels good to get into a whirlpool, jacuzzi, hot tub, whatever, and you just may not have access to one. Okay, and let's see, I think we're getting kind of close to the bottom, but I'm going to keep going here. Jessica, what did she do here? Bought for $1 to $2, and what did she sell this for? It's a keyboard. Microcom mechanical keyboard vintage, $150 Canadian dollars. So pretty close to US dollars, I think. Yeah, $150 Canadian. 23 watchers on this item, and it was a vintage keyboard. And I remember these. That makes the clickety clack 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 sound when you're typing. They're not quiet like the keys are a lot flatter now, it seems like. I remember those keyboards. Great deal on that. So if you're an electronics person, pay attention to those keyboards. And we've got Casey back again. And what's this one about? $6 turned into $129. Let's see what it is. Again, these links are not going to the right place. Some reason those links are not working right, Casey. So let's see, I'm just going to read what you did here. This was a knee brace. She says they're everywhere here. You want the ones with hinges like this and some kind of sturdy frame. Dawn Joy is the best and literally the easiest to find, but a first for me with this brand. And it's just not going to the right link, but we're going to look at this anyway because it shows what the item is. It's the knee brace that has the joint on it. So that's what she's saying sells for the most. I keep saying she, so Casey, let me know if you're a she or not. And then again, free, sold for $100.05 in 2 weeks. And we've got some Oakley limited edition glasses. So that is a fantastic flip. Free and then sold for $100. I mean, where else in the world can you do this? I don't understand all these people down on eBay when you can do this kind of stuff and it's open to anybody and there's no barriers to entry and anybody can do it and it's just all this stuff is out there to sell. Okay, Casey, again, I think I'm going to start going to Casey's neighborhood and going to the thrift store there. Free shipping, from same yard sale as above. So it was a neighbor. Anyway, she got it for free, $159. And what is it? It's bows. Those are great to sell. I've sold a few Bose items in my eBay time and they always do well. So this is a Companion 3 Series multimedia speaker system, $159. Okay, Mike and J.A. Spina bought this book for $1 at an Australian church charity shop. Had it for sale since July 2017 for $150 Australian. Okay, great. So now we have some international people on our $100 thread. Yay, we are global. So this is a mining geology field book sold for $150 Australian, and it was only $1 at an Australian church charity shop. Great. Okay, we are at the end, so look for the next installment of this to come soon. It will be the May thread of $100 sales. Would love your comments below on any of these items, and have a profitable and productive day on eBay. Bye.